What's good, y'all? Definitely really didn't see this coming. Uh, I guess all of this came to came to a pass. I mean, he sends the so-called intimidating text messages to the accuser, and next day he's cut. I thought that this would play out a little bit differently. I thought that the Patriots hold on to him just based off of them actually needing a playmaker and them, wanting to see, due process to see how it played out. But I guess the text messages were it was too much. And from what I'm hearing, Bob Kraft was catching heat from the owners because this was a bad look and it was bad for the brand and bad for the shield. So now Antonio Brown is out of a job again, and I don't think anybody's going to pick him up. I think this is going to be the last that we see of Antonio Brown for at least this year, and deservingly so. Not saying he did what they said he did, but it's too much all at one time. Would you say, Kyle? Yeah, I don't think that's why I did the quotation marks, Kyle. I don't think that the text messages were intimidating, but you shouldn't have any contact with her, and your lawyer should have specified that stay away from her, don't say nothing to her, like she doesn't even exist in your mind, and he's his own worst enemy. He can't help himself. He just can't, and like time after time, he just does one thing after another, and Bill Belichick, it's only but so much he's going to take, only but so much negative press that the Patriots want to deal with. Shit, they got somebody who's on trial for coke, like possession of cocaine, and he's still playing. But meanwhile, AB's not. So I think it was just the overall media circus and him contacting the young lady. Just AB just did himself in. He cost himself a lot of money, and it makes you think, should he just had settled? I mean, I don't agree with settling, but 2 million call, not paying two is going to cost you 10. Is it going to cost you 30? I don't know, man. I don't know. Um, I look forward to seeing, how the rest of the situation is going to play out. This is going to have a lot of players and a lot of celebrities shook because, back in the day, you could move a certain way because you were an athlete, because you were a movie star, and treat women a certain way, whether it's good or bad. Now you have to handle everything with kid gloves, and I feel like people need to be a little bit more mindful, especially men, because we're in a very sensitive era, and to protect yourself. And those that's for the guys who are innocent, and for the guys that's guilty, justice needs to be served. So if he's guilty, I hope. Well, it's not even a criminal case, but if he's guilty, I hope he pays that bread. And I'm curious to see where the Patriots go from there, because you just traded Demarius Thomas to the Jets because you had Antonio Brown, and now you need another receiver. So shit, maybe Des Bryant. I don't know what kind of shape he's in, but that might not be a bad option. You need another receiver alongside Josh Gordon, especially a guy who can get balls in the red zone. So Antonio Brown released by the Patriots, he definitely was a shock to me. Definitely was a shock to me. Yo, Meek, I don't know why he would contact the user. I don't get it. It really make no sense. Um, like this dude is stupid. Like you said earlier, this dude's a mess. He's an absolute mess. You're 100% right. Why would you contact the accuser? Why? You know she's going, like she's posting everything else. Whatever you send, she's going to post. I feel like he thought he was bigger than, bigger than the law, bigger than the game. Like, no. Like, bro, you're a great receiver. You're not a quarterback. Like, you're not a star quarterback. Like, you're not Kobe. Even Kobe didn't make these kind of mistakes. Like, you got to stay out of the public eye. Keep a certain type of image until, this situation is handled. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I appreciate the love. If you're a new viewer, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We're more than glad to have you here at YSM Sports Media. I'm Jamil Parker. I specialize in boxing, but I love all sports. And right now we're having a open discussion on Demarius Antonio Brown being cut and them trading Demarius Thomas. Like, now it looks like a big mistake. Demarius Thomas is a solid receiver, and because you had Antonio Brown, which he's a much better receiver than Demarius, now you're slim on that position. Like, you're real light. Philip Dorsett's not going to cut it, and only if Antonio Brown is found not guilty is he going to get a job in the NFL. But he has to lay completely low. He has to lay completely low. Otherwise, like, that's it. And he's in his prime, too. These are his prime years. And he's just pissing him away. And I feel sorry because I don't think he can help himself. I think he has issues. Like, at first, I thought that it was completely him just trying to play the system when it comes to the Raiders. But by him texting the accuser, just lets me know, like, he just has no self-control. Has zero. You don't have to do that. It makes no sense for you to do that. None. What are you talking to her for? Could have gotten a ring easily, Twist. Could have gotten a ring. You said it now. Oh, wait. I'm trying to get them this comment. You think they're going to be fine, LG? Thanks, Jace. Thanks for the sub, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, he could have got a ring, man. Could have got a ring easy. This was it. They've been rolling over everybody, and that was before him. So even when they got him, it just makes the defense job just that much harder because you got Josh Gordon, who could stretch the field, Antonio Brown, who could do basically anything. So there was no way he was going to stop that offense. I'm an Eagles fan, so I'm glad because I didn't want to face him. They were a juggernaut with him. There was nothing that you'd be able to do. Like, if you're going to go double, Antonio, and then you got man-to-man coverage with Josh Gordon on the outside, and then with Julian Edelman on the slot, like, come on, man. Yeah, so he ruined his career. Only if he's found not guilty and he just does a complete, image makeover. Like, start going to church and, become a deacon in the church and just, start working with underprivileged kids. That's the only way he will really be able to just remarket his brand. Like, that's, he needs rebranding. And with the climate of sexual assault and just domestic violence and all that's tough. It's tough. If you just now entering the chat, don't forget to throw a like button, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. We appreciate all new viewers, all old viewers here at YSM Sports Media. You got a question? Just send it on through, man. Basically, from what I'm hearing, it was Robert Kraft. They put the pressure on him. The other owners was just tired of just dealing with the circus. And everywhere you go, that's the only thing they're talking about in the NFL. Yeah, AB got cut, man. It's for real, yo. For real, 100%. He got cut. This came out of nowhere. Like, he played good. But it was just too much for him. Just too much. And I thought this was going to be probably the greatest tandem, probably the greatest tandem that we've ever seen as far as wide receiver and quarterback. Okay, outside of Montana versus Jerry Rice. Don't get me wrong. I'm talking about this era. This would have been the greatest tandem because I think at this point he might be better than Moss was with the Patriots. Moss was kind of on his not on his last leg, but it wasn't prime. It wasn't Minnesota Vikings Moss. Nah, this was coming from Oakland Raiders, slightly washed up Moss. So yo, it's a lot of money though. Yeah, Master, too much smoke. But yeah, he cost himself a lot of bread. The 30 million guaranteed. Then you had 10 guaranteed. Like, what are you taxing her for, cuz? Like, really? Leave her alone. Leave her alone. If you saying she guilty, like you saying you're not guilty and that she's fabricating this, because from my standpoint, it seemed as if they had a romantic relationship. Like I don't know the dynamics of what they might have went through, what he may have did while they were together, but it seemed like there was something extra going on that it wasn't just business. And based off of the text messages, whenever there's feelings involved with two people that have a relationship, that's the only kind of anger that could produce those kind of text messages. And that's just my point of view. Baller, yeah, I can see that. It's too much of a distraction. They got bigger fish to fry, and they probably looking at it. We don't need you. We can do this without you. We've had 6 times. So yeah, I can see that. For too much of a distraction. Too much. Just too much. And but like I said, they got rid of Demarius Thomas. He's with the Jets. So should they bring in Des Bryant? Y'all let me know. Would you bring in Des? He's coming off of Achilles injury. You can get him for real cheap, and the upside would be great. So would you do Des? I think I would take that shot. I would bring him into camp, see what's what. Mm. He he just couldn't help himself. He had to text her, yo, and that's what the defining thing was because it kind of died down. Right now it's a civil case, and everybody knows civil cases aren't criminal cases. She wanted money. So it's not like he was going to be facing any kind of jail time. So it was just, was he going to give up bread or not? The Patriots could have rolled this out because eventually it would die out. But he had to go Texas. Had to. Can't. Like he's his own biggest enemy, yo. And it's going to plague him in life. Like, a lot of people aren't even aware of this, but football players get 375,000 for every million in their contract. A lot of people do not understand that. 375 for every million in their contract. They are taxed in every city that they play in. So if I'm an Eagle and I'm playing in Dallas, that means I'm taxed in Philly and in Dallas. And I'm taxed. Oh well, Texas has no state tax, but they have city tax. So you get the idea. So they're tax heavy. It's called the jock tax, and percentage of that goes into escrow, and then you got to what you pay your agent, and just yeah. So losing 30 million guaranteed, that's going to kill him. What AB should do next, he has to rebrand himself. He has to rebrand himself. Start going to church. Start helping kids in the community. Start doing, all kinds of charitable um, events, donations, etc. You gotta rebrand yourself because you are still good enough to be dominant in this league. So if you make your image look good, there will be a team that'll take a chance on you because of your upside. Like he's a needle mover, yo. He is a top five, top 10 receiver of all time already, and he's not even done his career. I don't know. I'll probably like rank him like number 5, but he's definitely a top 10 if you want to like for argument's sake. You got what Jerry, To, Randy. Who will be next? Like Megatron, Chris Carter, Tim Brown. But yeah, he's in that mix. He's in that mix. His numbers, like his numbers, you can put him up against anybody, including Jerry. For the span that he's been getting it done, you can put him up against everybody. Huh? So he's just got to change his image, man. Just like Vic did. A lot of people have a misconception about what Michael Vick was booked over, right? They think Michael Vick was booked for dog fighting and being inhumane to animals. Nope, that's the biggest crock of shit. Nah, Michael Vick was booked for interstate gambling, and that's why he was in what was it, Leavenworth in Kansas, because it's a federal prison. But that's why interstate gambling. Once you take that shit over state lines, the feds got you. So yeah, he wasn't booked for dog fighting. He was booked for gambling on dog fighting. So that's what he did his time over. And Michael Vick bounced back from that. Like he played his cards right, and AB needs to do that. AB really needs to think about, you know, where this is heading because this could be a sad story. Off topic questions. What do you think about the Ravens? They're definitely a surprise. Definitely a surprise. Lamar Jackson seemed to be hitting a stride, man. He seemed to have figured out how to play the position or how he should play the position. He's a dual threat, so he's never going to be like super efficient in the pocket. But with the way that they're playing now, they could definitely make it to the AFC Championship. Annoying. He texted the accuser the other day, and I think that was the last straw. After that, it just became another media circus, and then they just end up cutting him. And from what I'm hearing, it was the other owners were putting pressure on Robert Kraft, and they're all technically like one unit because everybody's money is affected if women decide to boycott the NFL because Antonio Brown's still playing. So if 30 of your partners are telling you like, look, you need to do something about this, you got to. It's not worth the headache. It's not, especially when you don't need him to win. You're the Patriots. You're going to get it done. So, if you're just now coming in, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, man. YSM Sports Media, we're glad to have you here, man. We appreciate the love you even coming on here in the first place. But I'm curious to see how this plays out. Does anybody think that someone would take a chance on him right now? Anybody? There's not a team out there that's probably desperate enough. Like for me, I'm an Eagles fan. I would love to have him, but not like this, yo. Not like this. Hey, Peyton, he's actually not going to jail because it's not a criminal case; it's a civil case, and so there's no jail time. It's just a lawsuit. The Dolphins, yeah, maybe right. The Dolphins might be, the Dolphins might be desperate enough. Um, Annoying. What I mean about the Ravens, they're good enough to beat. They're good enough to beat all the teams in the AFC except for the Patriots. I think that Bill Belichick would just dial something up specifically for Lamar Jackson that would make him primarily just stay in the pocket. And he's not bad in the pocket, but it's not it's not his best attribute. You want him to use all of his gifts, and his gifts is his legs. So you can roll him out, bootleg, screens, just make the defense think. Because there's nothing like having a dual threat back there. It scares the defense. You got to bring a linebacker to spy. That safety comes up. Like, yeah, it's a bunch of different things that having a multiple quarterback will make the defense do. Yeah, they want to win a division. That division fucking sucks. It sucks. It's always sucked. The only time it was competitive was when Rex Ryan was popping with the Jets. Only time. Only time. This is just crazy, man. It's crazy. Antonio Brown cannot help himself, yo. He just can't. And I thought he was a genius. Yeah, 40 million in a month. Damn. That's MC Hammer numbers, yo. Yo, that's crazy. I'm sorry, man. $40 million in a month? Nah, man. No. I need my chips with dip. Sorry. I'm coming in there with a sweater vest on, some glasses. I'm talking like this. Nah. Nope. Yeah. Twisted. Yo, if I lose $100, I'm sick. And yeah, why did he text her? Like, I don't know what was going through his mind. I know Drew Rosenhaus, his agent, is like just pulling his hair out. Like, what are you doing? You got to stay the course, man. It's not even a criminal case, bro. So, as long as it disappears, the NFL is just going to brush it off. Like, more than likely, you want to lose that case. You want to settle out for some bread. But you settle, or you pay out, and then you keep it moving. Like, doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. It was a mistake, and he's going to, later in his life, he's going to regret it because that's money that you're never going to get back. Nobody's going to pay you that kind of money no more. Like, you're going to have to take a very if somebody blesses him with another opportunity, he's going to have to take a very, very, very team friendly deal. Very, very team friendly. And it's just like I said, it was just a mistake. Um, I'm about to head out, man. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out. What can I say, man? Antonio Brown's a douche. Like, he's a natural born douche, and he bought this ticket. He bought this ticket. He really did. He got nobody to blame but himself for the whole thing. And even if he's not guilty of this, he's guilty of antagonizing that woman. When you already know what the woman's capable of. If she's lying on you, you know what the woman is capable of. You got to lead her be. You got to leave her be. Got to leave her be. I'm out.